Hello friends, welcome to Emotional Cafe. Today we're going to be talking about committed or not committed, commitment or not. It's easy to say that we're committed to something or that we are people that are fully committed to a relationship or to an ideal or to a project or to something. But the truth is that we need to be able to know what are the signs of commitment in a person, what are the signs that tell us that we are fully committed, and what are those signs that tells that we are not as committed as we might think. And I wanted to share this with you because I think it's really interesting and eye-opening to realize that sometimes we say that we're committed and that we're fully committing to something when the truth is that we are not. So let's start with the 5 signs of being fully committed. When we are committed, we need to understand that this commitment comes from our freedom, not from an imposition. It's not something that we do it as a burden. It's not something that we impose or someone impose on us. Because whenever there's an imposition, pretty much the response is going to be evading and trying not to submit because we don't like being imposed to do anything. And at the same time, we cannot impose ourselves on others. So commitment actually comes out from that sense of freedom, from the sense of being fully aware of our responsibility and what we are expected to do, not only by others, but by ourselves. What we need to do, we know it, we are aware of the importance, and therefore we are free to choose and we choose to commit to it. That's what it means that commitment comes out of freedom, not imposition. Also, commitment comes from our relationships, from the way that we interact with others. There's no way that we can be committed without being fully connected to ourselves and others. Why? Because we don't live alone in this world. It's all about everybody, and we're part of a whole. We're part of something. So it really implies that as we commit to something, it will involve not only us, but a result for ourselves and others as well. It will have an implication when we are fully committed to a relationship. The results are not going to be only for us to enjoy, but also for the other people interacting with us. So it is extremely important that we keep that connection with ourselves and others to understand that from this connection is where we're going to be getting also our sense of commitment. Another important sign is that commitment is something that you feel, it's something that you internalize, and it's fully inside of you because you understand the importance of such commitment. It's not just something that you think about it and it kind of crosses your mind, but rather than that, it's something that you feel and empowers you to do whatever it takes in order to fulfill that commitment. Another sign is that commitment is based on honesty. You got to be honest to accept what needs to be changed. You remember that I always say that behind a sense of commitment, there's a desire to change something or to change myself. So I cannot change if I'm not honest enough to look at the relationship and see that it's not working, and therefore being able to commit to do my part to make it work. I cannot change my own person, my own attitudes, my own actions. I cannot get my personal goals if I don't look at my life and realize that something's missing, that I want more out of this life. So therefore, I commit to doing this or doing that or moving towards this direction. So honesty is the foundation for us to be able to commit. And if we don't have open eyes to look at what needs to be actually looked at, there's no way that we're going to be able to fully commit. And finally, commitment starts with myself. It's not about what the other person's going to do to make this relationship better. It's not about what the others do at work to make work better. It's about me, what I can do to be better, what I can do to make this relationship better, what I can do to make my work better, what I can do to be a better professional, what I can do to be a better person. So commitment starts with our own self. And these are the main characteristics, the main signs of commitment. Now, some people, and this is the funny part, sometimes we say I'm fully committed, some people say I'm fully committed, but there are specific signs that can tell you if you're fully committed. And I really wanted to share this with you, and I hope you look at it as a way to realize if you're being fully committed to that specific thing or person or relationship or field that you say that you're committed to. For instance, let's say that weeks go by, months go by, years go by, and you continuously justify yourself for what you haven't done, what you have not accomplished, what you have not gained, what you have not achieved. That shows that you're not fully committed. You are seeing the results that you're not getting, but you're not seeing your part and your responsibility on it. And that shows you're not fully committed. Another sign is when you don't finish what you start. And it's funny because when we're parents, it's easy for us to force our kids to finish whatever they start, to see them and say that you need to be committed and all that. But when it comes to us, adults, it's hard to do it. Let's say that we're trying to make our relationship work, but I'm not constant. I don't finish my actions that I design and lay out that I was going to be able to do in order to improve the relationship. I kind of forget about it, I skip some days, and I don't realize that it's the same thing that when we're doing with our children. We need to be committed. We need to stick to the plan. And when we don't finish what we start, it's showing that we are not fully committed. Another sign is that whatever you're doing, you're kind of satisfied with the way you're doing it. You could do it better, but you're satisfied with the way you're doing it. You know, there's improvement. You know that there are other ways that you could learned in order to do better, but you're okay with the way you're doing it. That shows that you're not fully committed. Another sign is when you allow other people's feelings or opinions to have an impact on you and your decisions to the point that you change your mind because of the way they feel or what they told you. That shows that you're not fully committed. When you continuously blame others or the circumstances for the things that have happened in your past, and you blame everything and everyone for what has happened, and you're victimizing yourself, that shows that you are not fully committed. When you have so much theory about the way that things should be, you know so much about it, there's so much knowledge that you know, but you don't implement it. You do nothing about it. So you got all this theory, but you don't do the actions that it takes. You know all this, but you don't do anything about the knowledge that you claim you know. That shows that you are not fully committed. And finally, when you say something, when you say that you want something that you're going to gain and you're going to learn and you're going to accomplish and you're going to do this, you're going to do that, but your actions are not in compliance with what you say, that is an obvious sign that you are not fully committed. As a committed person, there are specific traits, there are specific signs that show that we are committed to whatever we say. When we adapt easily, that shows that we are realistic about how life changes, and we just go making adjustments, but we're fully committed because we can adapt to whatever situation we may encounter. When we are tolerant, because in order to be committed, you need to be patient because it takes time. Sometimes you're going to find obstacles. So having and showing some tolerance and patience is something that shows that you are a committed person. When you have passion, when you make a decision, when you want to accomplish something, when you realize that there's a result that you want to see in your life, you feel that passion inside and it pushes you and it moves you forward and it boosts your energy, and that's what you want, and you do everything it takes in order to gain that or accomplish that. That is showing commitment. When you show you're reliable to yourself and others, when your family and your friends and your spouse, your significant other, they know they can rely on you. You're stable, you're steady. You say that you're going to do something and you try to stick to your word. That shows reliability. So that is also a sign that you're a committed person. When you know what you want and you put it ahead of you and you see it clearly and you see it as a goal and you have that priority set clear in your mind, that is showing you're committed. And finally, when you are someone that can show some transparency, when you are someone that you're not looking for conflicts and drama and toxicity in your life, you want to be able to have a clear mind and be able to focus on what you think you need to do, that is a good sign that shows that you are a person that can make a commitment. As you can see, these are actions and choices that we all have every day. And it depends on each one of us if we're going to be fully committed or if we are not going to be committed at all. So I really hope this session helps to somehow clear your mind and help you understand that it takes more than just words. It takes more than just saying that you're going to commit to something. It implies actions, it implies continuity, and it implies many little actions that put together are your signs of are the signs of your commitment. I really hope this session helped you, and I hope to see you next week with another session of Emotional Cafe. See you then.